Only 7 members in other classes also.
Even you didn't come,
Seven
Asfiya?
to eight.
2 days from past two.
Ma'am, I was little bit busy in my work, ma'am, office work.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, Atman has forwarded the recorded videos. Just
Yeah,
check,
ma'am.
okay? Check
Yeah,
that
ma'am. Check.
and yeah, learn that problems.
Okay,
Anyway,
ma'am.
I'll
Yeah,
just
ma'am.
share the screen now. We were supposed to do this thing, new chapter, comparative comparison. Everything is over. Trend also I taught you. So we started with funds flow statement. Let me share the screen.
Ma'am, today you are going to start with fund flow statement, ma'am. Today only.
Hmm. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yeah. So here, before starting this problems, I told you all to go through the formats, right? Did you all write the formats? Hmm?
I have textbook, ma'am, so I did not wrote, ma'am.
Okay, you're studying from. Okay. Anyway, but you should still have it. You should know the format to actually to solve the problems. Now, better you write it in a sheet of paper and keep it, because looking at the
Okay,
format
ma'am.
only, you will be able to do the problems. Okay. So
Okay,
the
ma'am. I'll
first
do that.
format, okay. So the first format is funds flow statement. Okay, this is the format, first one, first method. The second page, it is the alternative method. Okay. या तो ये मेथड में कर सकती हैं, या तो you can do it in a horizontal way or a vertical way. Two ways you can do the this thing here. Then next we have the second foremost format. That is, this is a very very important here. Changes statement of changes in working capital. Okay. So we have current assets, in which we will be considering only cash and bank, debtors, stock, prepaid expenses, bills, receivables, etc. Then we have current liabilities. Under current liabilities, we have creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses. Then next we have increases or decreases in the working capital. Okay. Increases or decreases in the working capital. So this is the main thing you should know. And how are you going to consider this increases or decreases in the working capital? Over here, you have the format here. See, format of statement of changes in the working capital. You have 4 methods. So this is the one which you need to know. Okay. Increases in the current assets results in increases in the working capital. Decreases in the current assets results in decreases in the working capital. The next, increases in the current liability results in the decrease in the working capital. Same thing, decreases in the current liability results in the increases in the working capital. So this you will get to know only when you do the actual problem. Okay. So anyway, this is one format. Then we also have the last format, funds from operation. Okay. Funds from operations, we have pro forma of adjusted profit and loss account. See, whatever it is written here. So whatever items are here, only those items should be recorded. Okay. Only those items should be recorded. So this is also one of the methods. This is the last method to do under funds flow statement. Okay. So before starting this three methods, we also have something called as funds from operation. Okay, there is a format here. Let me just show this one to you people. Yes, here that is optional. Okay. Yes, under current liabilities, you should also, there is one more item which will come under here, provision for taxation. You know, when they ask you only to do statement of changes in the working capital, only like for 6 markers, if they're asking you to do statement of working capital, that time you don't consider the provision for taxation. Okay. In case if they're asking you for 14 marks, like you have to do the working capital, then you also need to prepare the pro forma of adjusted things and all. See, here you will be taking taxation provision. See, here there is one more option here for you, which will be taking the current year's taxation of provision or provision for taxation. Okay. So these are some of the little minute little adjustments which you need to keep in mind. Okay. And this is very important. You need to know what comes under the non-fund items, what comes under appropriation of profits, then what comes towards your credit column by net profit brought down, by net operating incomes. Okay. All these things you need to know. Then we have this illustration 4.7. Okay. In this, they are asking you to prepare. See, during the year 2014, Sony Limited earned a profit of 1,85,720. The profit here is 1,85,720 after adjusting the following. So after the profit, they have got provision for bad debts, salaries, depreciation written off, profit on sale of fixed assets, discount on debentures written off, loss on sale of investments, preliminary expenses written off, proposed dividend, transfer to debenture, redemption fund, dividend received, and calculate funds from operation. Okay. So now calculation of funds from operations. See, for this, they have given you one more format. Okay. So the format for this is over here. Akmal, that page number, which page number was that format? फंड्स फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन का था नहीं, क्या ऐड करना क्या डिडक्ट करना,
मैम।
हाँ देखो यहाँ पे है, देखो पेज नंबर 4.2 में है, देखो 4.2 में है, नहीं नहीं नहीं, yeah, I think that I did not take a click. Just send that funds from operation में what should be added and what should be deducted. I think that I did not keep up this thing here. Otherwise also, I have a textbook. Let me just share that better. Hi. 1 second, students. I'll just check that. Because yesterday we did that. Just 2 minutes. I'm also checking that. Funds from operation, page number 4.14 ba. 4.14. Okay. I have leave it. I'll just take a click from here only. Okay. I'll take a click from here itself. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
नहीं मिल गया, छोड़ो. देखो एक्चुअली क्या है, इसमें एक और टॉपिक आता है. Okay, I think this has become like multicolor page now. Okay. So I think it should be visible for you. There is something called as funds from operations. Okay. इसमें क्या होता है, generally things will be added. Okay, this one now. No, wait. It's done. Okay, we got it here. Okay. See, we have something before starting the 3 formats. Okay. They will ask you funds from operation, which is for 6 marks. Okay, so this heading is what is funds from operation. They have a format under this. Okay, it is a addition and deduction. So under addition, you should add all these. See, depreciation on fixed assets, written off fictitious and intangible items like goodwill, preliminary expenses, discount on issues of shares. So these are the things should be added. These two things and one more you have here. What all to be added again? See, loss on sale of fixed assets, appropriation of profits, then dividend on shares. Okay, and what needs to be deducted is these: profit on sale of fixed assets, profit on revaluation of fixed assets, non-operating incomes. So these are the two things. This is extra heading, okay, which is given in the particular chapter, which will be asked for only 6 marks. Okay, so under this method, they have this first sum here. See, they have this first sum here. They have this. See this one. During the year, you have to prepare, calculate funds from operation. Okay, so this is basically for 6 markers. Okay, this is a separate format. I'll send you that 2 pages. Okay, apart from this, whatever I gave you the formats now, apart from this 3 formats, there is one more format which is only for 6 markers. Remember this. Okay, which is for 6 markers, and that format is about adding and deduction. So what all to be added and after what all to be deducted, whatever the remaining answer you get it, that particular thing will be called as funds from operation. So here we have number of items here which are already given to you. Okay, in this we have to select what should be added and what should be deducted. All right, so they have done 2 alternative methods here. One they have done in the form of a horizontal way, another one they have done it in the form of vertical way. Okay, so let's prefer the first one, that is the horizontal way. Okay, so what are we supposed to take first here? We are supposed to take the profit as per the profit and loss account. First we should consider the profit, okay, before taking the addition and deduction. Okay, so here we have to consider, see it is given here, first we have to consider the profit. Okay, so profit is very important source of funds in a business. So that means the format itself, they have started with the profit. Once you've taken the profit, you have to add all the things which have deduction values. Remember this. What should be added along with the profit? All the deduction values where they have served, where they have incurred certain losses, where they are paying certain losses, and all those things that should be added. See here, loss on sale, appropriation of profit, dividend on share, these kind of things should be added. And what should be deducted? The things you incur, okay, the things you get back as profit or benefits or investments, okay, or incomes, all those things should be deducted. So this is the criteria to calculate that kind of funds from operation. Okay, so under that we have the first problem here. So provision for bad debts, we have the first one, salaries, depreciation written off. From this you have to select. Okay, so first you write down the profit. Now what is the profit here? Profit as per the profit and loss account, profit is given for, see here, profit is already given to you here, isn't it? See, 1,85,720. Okay, so this profit is already given. So is this the same problem solution we did? I don't think so. This is a solution for this. I think I should share you the solution also. One second. This is the wrong solution have I given? Something is wrong. हाँ देखो इसका solution भी, because of some confusion I have missed out certain this thing here. देखो यहाँ पे लेकर, yeah, I missed out certain notes here. Okay, so see the solution for this. Okay, so we have taken profit as per the profit and loss account. It is given only for 1 year. Okay, so 1,85,720. Now after the profit, what are we supposed to add? See here, the thing should be added is non-cash charges. First is depreciation. What is the depreciation amount? It is already given to you there, 15,300. Okay, then next we have discount on debentures, 20,000. Then loss on investment, 2,000. Then preliminary expenses, 8,000. Then proposed dividend, 50,000. Then debenture on redemption funds, we have 20,000. So all these things are already there in your question here. Okay, everything is provided to you in the question. You just need to segregate what comes under the addition and what comes under the division. Okay, so everything is taken. After taking that, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to add along with the profit amount. What was the previous profit amount? 1,87,720. Taking this, you add all these items plus 15,300 plus 20,000 plus 2,000 plus 8,000 plus 50,000 plus 20,000. After adding everything, all these items, you're getting it as 1,15,300. अब उसके साथ previous profit add करना है. After adding the profit, you get total A. This will be the total A, 3,01,020. Okay. Now, what are the things which are left out, which are remaining? Remaining is less non-operating incomes. Write down the heading as non-operating incomes. Under this also, these two items are provided. Profit on sale of fixed assets is 14,000. Dividend received is 4,500. So take down these two amounts, 14,000 and plus 4,500 is 18,500. From this 18,500, you deduct the previous balance. That is 3,01,020. After deducting, you will be getting the answer called as funds from operation. So this is for 6 marks. Okay. So this is a separate heading.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, dividend received, why they have given under non-operating incomes, ma'am?
Dividend received actually क्या है मालूम ये? What do you mean by dividend? Dividend is something like which you will be receiving at the end of the financial year. ठीक है. And why they are taking is it is not considered as a incomes. वो incomes नहीं है. वो तुम्हारे लिए क्या होता है? It is like a profit for you. You have invested certain thing on based on that thing you are getting a profit. Incomes is something like salaries. Like salaries जो रहता है income. तुम्हें कुछ you are doing something in return you are getting some money. You're putting a hard work and getting that money. That is called as incomes. Dividend is something like on certain things you have spent the money on that you are getting certain returns. That is called as dividend received. Received means what? On certain things you have received. You have sold certain things. You have taken the shares of certain company. Okay, in that way it is called as dividend received. So it should be deducted because it is not part of your incomes. Okay, that's the reason. Huh? Yeah, return on investment, which you never know, which can even become a loss also. Okay, yeah. So it is not a guaranteed dividend that we will be receiving every year also, but whatever we have received it, that we are considering as a non-operating income because that cannot be operated for a long time. It is only for time being. You have invested certain thing on that, you're getting a return. That's why we have taken dividend received. Okay. So this is how it is done. And I'm telling you again, this funds from operation, this topic funds from operation, it is a separate topic. Okay, under this chapter, it is a separate topic which can be asked for 6 marks, only for 6 marks. All right. So you also have the alternative method here. See here. Alternative method bhi hai iska, jahan pe you will be doing in the form of a debit column and a credit column. Nothing doing here. All the additions will be taken here towards a debit column. Everything will be debited. जो भी addition है, that will be debited. The thing should be deducted is the deductions will be here. Okay. So profit also should be taken under here only, under the debit column. Okay. So everything will be added and the thing should be deducted is only 2 items are deducted here. Profit on sale of fixed assets and dividend received. Okay. So this is how this particular solution is done. Okay. Is it clear? You have any doubts on this?
No, ma'am.
Please practice this. Okay, I will share you this particular format and some 2 sums on this. Only 2-3 sums are there on this particular topic that I will resend you. I'll send you a PDF with a clear picture. It's just that I just took it for now just to take class. After the class, I'll send you. Okay. And next we have this thing. We'll start off with the 14 marker questions. Okay. So let's start with your 4.1. Okay, let's start with 4.1. Okay, so the 4.1, can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
So you should be very careful now. You should give your full interest here because we have a lot of adjustments in this. It's a 14 marker. So see, the following is a balance sheet of AZ Company Limited for 2 years. So they have given the balance sheet for 2 years. Liabilities, they have share capital 12 lakhs, 16 lakhs. Debentures, they have 4 lakh and 6 lakh. Profit and loss account 2 lakh 50 and 5 lakh. Then creditors, they have 2 lakh 30 and 1 lakh and 1 lakh 80. Then next we have provision for, see provision, this is a separate adjustment here. This should be kept in mind. I know it's a little blur. Provision for bad and doubtful debts, 12,000 and 6,000. Next, we have depreciation on land and building, depreciation on plant and machinery. So the total together, the liabilities, we have 21 lakh 92,000 and 30 lakh 4,000. Next, we also have assets. See, assets here, plant and machinery at cost they have given, land and building at cost again. Then that means the purchase value of the plant and machinery and land and building. Okay. Then we have stock, bank, preliminary expenses, and debentures. Now, after this, yeah, debtors. Okay. After that, they have given us the additional information. Like, see, this is very important. You need to underline this. During the year, a part of machinery costing rupees 1,40,000. Okay, the cost of the machinery during that is the current year. Current year mein kya hua? Value of the machinery was 1,40,000. On this, they have applied accumulated depreciation. Thereon was 4,000. Extra depreciation was being taken into consideration on the value of 1,40,000. After the depreciation, again the machinery was sold for 12,000 with a value of 12,000. But actually, we have the separate value. We have opening balance also. We have opening balance of the machinery is 8 lakh. For the previous year, for the current year, we have 12,90,000. On this, again, a new machinery was being bought. A part of the machinery. All these machineries are opening values and second the closing value. This is separate. Okay. But during the year that is the present year, they also got a part of the machinery which was costing so and so. So this adjustments we should create a ledger account for this. Okay. We should see after the opening, after the closing, and after applying the depreciation and the sales value, whether we are getting a profit on sale of the machinery or whether we are getting a loss on the sale of the machinery. We have to decide this. Okay. So for that we have to prepare a separate ledger account. Okay. Then next adjustment we have dividend of 1 lakh was paid during the year. So dividend again, new dividend, that means new profits were distributed rupees 1 lakh worth during the year, mean during the current year. Okay. Now what exactly are we supposed to prepare out of this information is, first thing is changes in the working capital in 2014 and prepare the funds flow statement. See, remember one thing, funds from operation is different. That is a 6 marker only for 6 marker. Funds flow statement is different. Okay, so now we have to start with the 3 formats which I told you. So on that we will be doing the 14 markers. Okay, so let's first start with statement of changes in the working capital. Firstly, we should start with the changes of this thing. What is that? 1 second. What happened to this? Okay. So first we have to start with statement of changes in the working capital. So now we have to be very careful here. See, first you have to draw columns like this, particulars, then take down the years, previous year 2013, current year 2014, and increases and decreases, which I already told you that we have to follow the format. So initially we have to take only the assets. First we have to take the assets, take down all the assets, whatever it is given in the question. See, assets you have stock, then what else you have? Bank, debtors. Only 3 items you're going to have. You're going to take only the assets here. That is the current assets. You're not going to take any other assets. This plant and machinery, land and building, okay, and preliminary expenses, they all are current. They all are this thing. What is that? Fixed assets. Okay, preliminary expenses is a exceptional. That is, it does not fall under current asset. Neither it falls under the fixed assets. It's a kind of an asset. Preliminary expenses. So that we are not going to consider. So we are going to only take the current assets. That is the stock, bank, and debtors. So we have 2 values here. 2 years information is given. So take down here 2 years ka information. So stock is how much? 6 lakh. 2014 mein 7 lakh. Now how will you make this as a difference? Now how exactly are you going to put this differences in the working capital? Okay. So see, stock is 6 lakh they have given to you, and 2014 mein 7 lakh they have given to you. Okay. Now how do you frame this increases, whether it is an increase or decreases in the working capital? Okay. So always consider the current years. Always consider the information for the current years. So stock is 7 lakh here. 6 lakh is the previous year. So which is the highest here? It is increasing in the assets, isn't it? See here. There is an increase in the asset in the 2014. So when it is increasing, what is the format here? I thought you people know. See here, this one. See here. When it is increasing, see the first one. When it is increasing in the current asset, it results in the increases in the working capital. Okay, so the difference is what you get here, 1 lakh. This should be put in the increases column. Then decreases column, it will be nil. Okay. So same way, second one, bank. Now bank is 40,000. The second year it is 80,000. See, again there is an increase in the current assets, isn't it? 40 and 80. Which side it is increasing? Of course, the current years it is increasing. So when it is increasing, take the differences. 40,000 minus 80,000 is remaining 40,000. It will be taken in the increase column. Okay, because it is increasing in the current assets. Now next, the third current asset is debtors. Now see, under this debtors, the previous year, that is 1,38,000, whereas 2014 May it is 1,22,000. So there is a decrease in the current assets, isn't it? 1,22,000. Now what is the differences here? 1,38,000 minus 22,000 is 16,000 you are getting. But where will you take this? See now the format here. Second point. When there is a decrease in the current asset, it results in the decreases in the working capital. Okay, so obviously the current year's amount we have 1,22,000, which is decreasing, and previous year it is 1,38,000. So this differences, this 1,38,000 minus 1,22,000, this 16,000 we are going to put it in the decrease column. So this is how you're supposed to take the differences. Okay, and next we have done with the debtors. I mean, we are done with stock, bank, and debtors. So we are done with the current assets. Now coming to the next one, we have to take the current liabilities, isn't it? Now current liabilities mein we have what all we have liability mein. See, we have creditors and provisions. What all they have taken? Yeah, they have taken only 2 items here. Creditors and provision for bad debts they have taken. Okay, provision for bad debts mein they have taken only 1 here. Creditors 1, provision for bad debts, bad and doubtful debts. Depreciation land and building and depreciation of plant and machinery, it does not apply here. Only 2 things they have taken. So now creditors, what is the value? Creditors here. Now the format will change. Okay, when you're taking for the liability, now we'll have a vice versa this thing here information. So what is the previous year they have given? 2,30,000 they have given provision. Creditors, and 2014 it is 1,80,000. So now what is happening here? See, in the current year, it is decreasing. The creditors are decreasing. Now it is vice versa. When there is a decrease in the liability, it increases in the working capital. Okay. So see, 2,30,000 minus 1,80,000 is 50,000. So this 50,000 will be taken in the increases column. Okay. Next we have provision for bad debts. Now provision for bad debts also, see, here in the previous year it is 12,000. In the current year it is 6,000. So the differences of the 6,000, see here, 12,000 minus 6,000 is 6,000. Now as it is decreases in the current liability, so the differences we are going to take it in the increases column. Is it clear? Have you all understanding this?
Understood, ma'am. But current liabilities, how to, like, what is the, like, debentures also we can consider, ma'am?
No. Only the current liability we should take. Debentures and all, debentures, equity, profit and loss account, they all are equity shareholders. They all are proprietors. You cannot take it in the current liability. Current liability is completely different. Okay. Current liability is only thing. Current liability mein you will get creditors, provision for bad debts, bills payable, outstanding wages. All these are creditors. ये debentures, वो सभी proprietors वो सभी
Got it, ma'am.
yeah. Because liability में भी क्या होता, division रहता, जैसे कि अब fix total assets में you have fixed assets, current assets, isn't it? वैसे ही in liabilities also you have differences. Okay. So this is how it is. And now coming to the end of the solution. Okay. How do you end up this? So it is very simple again here. यहाँ पे देखो, always your current liability and current asset should tally. ये जो है 6,40,000, 1,38,000, 2,30,000, 12,000, ये भी tally होना, और ये जो 7,80,000, 1,22,000, 1,80,000, 6,000, even this should tally. At the same time, even your increases and decreases, your increases and decreases also should tally. देखो ये tally होना, ठीक है? 1,96,000 है, 1,96,000 है. So first you see where you have the more values. see which column you have the more values. Of course, in increases column you have the more values, isn't it? So 1 lakh mila hai, 40,000 hai, 50,000 hai, 6,000. Okay. So now how much have you got? 1,96,000. Now you have to make it equal to the decrease column 1,96,000. But how much you have here? You only have only one item here. That is, forget about 1,80,000. Okay, you only have one item here. That means that you have found out in the that is current assets, you found out only one decrease amount. That is 16,000. So what you have to do here is take this total 1,96,000 minus 16,000 you will get the remaining balance. See here, to make it equal to both the columns, whatever the remaining balance you get, you write it here over here, 1,80,000. Now in case next problem में क्या होता है, decreases की जगह you will get more values. ठीक है ना, in our example decreases की जगह you got 1,96,000 and यहाँ पे increases की जगह you have got only one item here. So to make it equal, 1,96,000 minus whatever the amount you get, that remaining amount you write it at the end. Okay, that remaining amount you write it at the end and you tally the problem. Okay, so therefore the answer will be, see here, therefore it is increases in the working capital. Yes, it is increases because here you have got the more value. See, because here total values you have got working capital, isn't it? So of course there is an increase in the working capital. You cannot take the decrease one because decrease means you got the balance. So where you get the balance, that thing will not be that column will be considered. The column which will have total amount, which is giving you a tally amount, that will be considered as the increases in the working capital. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so see, this is how we do the changes in the working capital. Similar question, I will do it. Let me show you a problem here. देखो यहाँ पे, this one I can do it for you people. देखो यहाँ पे, ये this problem will do it. I'm just teaching you the statement in the changes in the working capital. Okay, one more problem. देखो यहाँ पे क्या है? See in this question here, see they have given you from equity share capital, debentures, preferences, public deposit, loans, reserves, profit and loss account, provision for depreciation on machinery, proposed dividend, creditors, bills payable. देखो यहाँ पे bills payable भी आकर है. It is also a creditor. Sorry, liability. Then under this thing, assets we have bank, stock, bills receivable, debtors, machinery, furniture, land, building, goodwill. अब यहाँ से out of this liabilities and assets, let's see how to calculate the statement of changes in the working capital. So draw columns like this. Particulars, 2 years, 13, 14. See working capital changes. Here they have given exact format. Okay, write down this. Change working capital changes, increases or decreases. Now let's start with the assets. What are your current assets here? You have bank, stock, bills receivables and debtors. Only 4 items. Okay, you should only take the current assets. Don't take off all the assets here. Your answer will become wrong. Okay, only take the current assets. Now bank. Now bank is how much? 35 and 16,000. See now, अभी क्या है? देखो यहाँ पे previous year it is increasing bank amount. Current years it is decreasing. So when there is a decrease in the current assets, how will you treat? Definitely it will be a decrease in the working capital. You have to take the differences. 35,000 minus 16,000 is 19,000. ठीक है? Then next stock. अभी stock का value क्या है? See now it is previous year it is 40,000. Current year it is 75,000. So it is increases in the current assets. When there is an increase in the current assets, directly it increases the difference amount. 40,000 minus 75,000 is 35,000. So increases in the working capital is 35,000. Okay. Then next we have bills receivables. Now bills receivables also has a increases value. See, previous year it is decreasing 20,000. Current years it is increasing. So 20,000 minus 50,000 is 30. So this 30 will be applied under increase column. The differences 20 minus 50 is 30. Therefore next we have last debtors. Debtors is 70 and current year it is 1 lakh. Of course here also it is increasing. So increases in the current assets leads to increases in the working capital. So differences we have taken. 1 lakh minus 70,000 is 30,000. अब देखो यहाँ पे क्या करना? Yeah, you can take this like this. After taking all the current assets, you take down this total amount. Total A is 1,65,000 and total B, that is not total B, that is current year's total, it is 2,41,000. तो यहाँ के दोनों का तुमने amount मिल गया 1,65,000 and 2,41,000. Okay. Now take the next heading like this only. You take the current liabilities. Under current liabilities, you write down creditors. Now creditors is 40,000 and 50,000. From here you're going to take 40 and 50,000. So 40,000 be 50,000 le lo. So now see, now we are doing adjustment in current liabilities. So when there is increases, see now we have an increased amount here, 50,000 and 40. So when there is a increases in the working capital, the differences will be taken. This is vice versa now. Okay, will be taken under the decreases in the working capital, 10,000. Okay, the next bills payable. Bills payable, यहाँ पे देखो 30,000 is for the previous year. Current year it is decreasing amount. 30,000 minus 18,000 is 12,000. So as it is decreasing, you're going to take the amount in the increasing column. Okay, so only two items are there under your current liabilities. Now what you do is add karo ye bhi, total current liability. 40 plus 30 is 70, 50 plus 18 is 68,000. ठीक है, अभी देखो you have to at the end everything should tally here. See this both amount, current year का भी tally होना, assets and liability, previous year का भी tally होना, and whatever you're taking increase and decreases working capital, even that should tally. This is a main important thing about changes in the working capital, that everything should tally at the end. Okay, so now after taking, see now you have taken the amount. Total A is 1,65,000 and 2,41,000. Then total B is, now total B is nothing but your current liabilities, 70,000 and 68,000. Now, how will you consider whether you are getting a increases or decreases in the working capital? What you can do here is, see here, at the end, working capital A minus B. What is A minus B here? This total A, that is current assets, 1,65,000 minus this 70,000. So how much you got here? See 95,000 you can write here. 95,000 you write down in the column. Okay. So this is the previous year 95,000 differences you are getting. Then next you go back to the current year. Now current year mein balance kitna hai? 2,41,000 and 68,000 you have. So what is the difference here? 2,41,000 minus 68,000 is 1,73,000. So now which is the highest for you? Which side you are getting the highest amount? Of course you're towards the current year. See here, 1,73,000 तुम्हें highest मिल रहा है. Now to make it as 1,73,000 towards your asset column, now what is the difference? How much will you add? 95,000 को तुम्हें कुछ add करना amount to make it as a 1,73,000, isn't it? So what you have to do here is 1,73,000 minus 95,000 ले लो. So this difference is nothing but 78,000. So whichever side you're feeling that there is a balance amount, वहाँ पे balance डाल के you have to make it equal. You have to make it tally, isn't it? So 1,73,000 is highest here. So of course in the current year, if it is 1,73,000, 95,000 difference you're getting. How you got this 95? It is the differences between A and B. 1,65,000 minus 70. Okay, this 95 you're getting. To make it equal to 1,73,000, what is the difference here? 78,000. How you got this 78,000? It's nothing but 1,73,000 minus 95,000 is 78,000. समझ में आया? So now ये दोनों का tally हो गया. क्या tally हुआ? Assets भी and liabilities भी both the years का tally हो गया. Now we have to tally the working capital changes also. Now how are you going to make it tally this one? First you see which side you're getting more amount here. 35, 30, 30, 12. Of course you're getting more amount towards the increasing column here. So you have got 1,07,000. ठीक है, increasing column में. Whereas decrease column में you have only two items here, one from the current asset and one from the current liability. So 90,000, 19,000 plus 10,000 is 29,000 you are getting. But to make it equal, see now you have got 1,07,000 you have got in the increasing column. Okay, but here you forget about the 78,000 here. Okay, 78,000 भूल जाओ, तो 29,000 मिल रहा है. Now 29,000 match करने के लिए, to make it equal to 1,07,000, you have to see to it what is the difference amount here. ठीक है, so 1,07,000 then minus 19,000 minus 10,000, remaining is 78,000. From this 1,07,000 you deduct this 2, 19,000 minus 10,000. ठीक है, so minus करो, you'll get remaining balance is 78,000. So and one more thing, whatever answer you get, the difference is here 78,000. Same answer you will get it here also. Here also the difference is see 78,000. Okay, so the same. Otherwise also there is an alternative method. whatever balances you get here 78,000, the same balance you can put it here also. ये यहाँ पे डाल के you can make it tally. यहाँ पे डाल के wherever it is less, the same amount can be put in here and it can be tallied. That way also you can tally. If that also you can't do it, better you do one thing. Take down the total first, whichever is the highest thing. जो भी रिमेनिंग रहता है, जितना भी अदर साइड रहता है, उससे माइनस करके जो भी रिमेनिंग बैलेंस रहता उसे डाल के टैली कर दे. That's all. So this is how you'll be doing the statement of changes in the working capital, and it's a very 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 important chapter and very very important calculation. Without this, you proceed with the next calculation. So this is the first method to be calculated under the funds from operations. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
I have taught you this method. Actually, this is the actual way to do it, by drawing the columns, by adding the assets, by adding the liabilities, everything. It's very very simple. I'm telling you, it's very very simple calculation. Please, after the class, kindly practice this. Okay? Practice karo format. Why I did it for the second problem? Because to make you understand even more clear. Because once I start with this again statement, but again if I do funds flow, you will forget that. So similarly, I thought the next problem, so that it will be easy for you people to understand. अभी जब तुम्हें ये करती ये problem भी इसमें भी डालो, total ये total भी नहीं डाल कर रहे हैं ना. Okay, they have done it in a very small format, very easy way. You put it here. Okay, देखो ये जो 1,80,000 है ना, ये जो 1 लाख यहाँ भी टैली नहीं करके टोटल एसेट्स एंड टोटल लायबिलिटी भी टैली नहीं करके सो यू मेक श्योर दैट दे टैली डेफिनेटली व्हेन यू गो विद द सेकंड फॉर्मेट व्हाटएवर आई थॉट यहाँ पे टैली करो, जो भी डिफरेंसेस आता वही डिफरेंस आता. देखो यहाँ पे दे हैव गॉट 1,80,000 यहाँ पे, सेम थिंग यू विल गेट इट हियर आल्सो. यू विल बी गेटिंग इट इन द 2013 differences. Okay, kindly refer that and please do that continuation. Okay, so now I was talking about this particular problem for you, 4.1. Now we are done with the changes in the working capital. Okay, we are done with the first method. Now comes the second method. Now second method is funds flow statement. Okay, but funds flow statement and preparation of adjusted profit and loss account. Okay, so one second. Okay. Yeah. First, what you do whenever they ask you problems on funds flow, funds from operation, first thing is you prepare this first format, changes of working in working capital. इसके बाद क्या करना? Second thing, prepare all the possible ledger accounts, all the possible adjustment ledger accounts. After preparing the ledger accounts, prepare your funds flow statement and prepare the last one is adjusted profit and loss account. Okay, so three things you should prepare here. So now I think
Ma'am, why we are preparing ledger accounts, ma'am?
बिकॉज यहाँ पे एडजस्टमेंट्स देकर है. देखो अभी देखो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में क्या है, आई टोल्ड यू दिस वन टू अंडरलाइन. ये प्रोविजन है, डेप्रिसिएशन ऑन लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग है, डेप्रिसिएशन ऑन प्लांट एंड मशीनरी है, फिर ये प्लांट एंड मशीनरी एट कॉस्ट एडजस्टमेंट देकर है, लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग एट कॉस्ट देकर है, एंड एट द सेम टाइम एडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन भी देकर है.
मैम एक डाउट है मैम.
हाँ बोलो माँ. चल who's that?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell me. Tell me, I can hear you. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Then why what? Yeah, then why is she not talking? Tell ma, who's it? Hajira?
मैम वो एक्चुअली तो मैं बोले
No,
थे
ma'am.
हाँ क्या?
प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन.
हाँ
प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन दो जगह लेना. ये एक टाइम. मैम
नहीं माँ, तुम्हारी वॉइस कर
मैम वो प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन यू टोल्ड नो मैम.
हाँ
एक ऑप्शनल वो इसमें लेती कर को, एक में लेना एक में नहीं लेना कर को.
वो मैं सिखाती
वो
हूँ
कई को मैम वैसा.
वही कई को बोले तो मैं सिखाती हूँ तो ना, उसके ऊपर एक प्रॉब्लम ही है तुम ना, एक पूरा एक कंप्लीट एक प्रॉब्लम है जिसमें दो मेथड कर को ही treating the provision for taxation in changes of working capital and not treating provision for taxation under changes of working capital. उसमें एक कंप्लीट प्रॉब्लम है. देखो यहाँ पे है वो प्रॉब्लम in which this is a very important thing. है वो एक प्रॉब्लम it is there. सैन स्कैनर में भी है वो. देखो यहाँ पे स्कैनर में वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम हो. है वो. ओके, आई विल टीच यू, नो वरी मा, आई विल टीच यू दैट.
Okay,
फर्दर
sure,
स्टार्टिंग
ma'am.
वो फिर भी तुमने हमें स्टार्टिंग में बोल डाली सो दैट वो
हाँ.
तुम दिमाग में रखो वो प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन बोल को. देखो
Okay.
सिंपल है वो, बहुत सिंपल है वो भी. अगर तुम्हें स्टेटमेंट ऑफ वर्क चेंजेस इन वर्किंग कैपिटल, अभी जो करे नहीं तुम्हें यहाँ पे,
हाँ.
देखो अभी जो
हाँ.
करे यहाँ पे तुमने एक ऑप्शन रहता है, क्वेश्चन में तुमने दे डालता है ट्रीट प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन इन चेंजेस इन वर्किंग कैपिटल करको ट्रीट करको बोलता है उन्हें, ट्रीट करो बोल के. एक में उन्हें कंप्लीट डायरेक्टली बोलता है डू नॉट ट्रीट
उन्हें
प्रोविजन.
बोल को रहा तो लेना सो मैम.
यस, उन्हें बोला तो लेना, उन्हें नहीं, उन्हें क्वेश्चन में नहीं पूछ के है बोले तो नहीं लेना. ठीक है, नहीं लेना
ओके,
बोले तो
वो
खाली
तुम्हें बोले सो ऑप्शनल
खाली
करको.
या खाली चेंजेस इन वर्किंग कैपिटल में नहीं लेना सो, लेकिन उसे यहाँ पे
ओके.
कंसीडर करती हमें किसमें बोलो, या उसमें, इसमें नहीं लेको, इसमें क्वेश्चन में देखो है वो तो नहीं लेकर ही नो. है वो एक प्रॉब्लम, उसमें सिखाती हूँ मैं, वो क्या भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ठीक है, फिलहाल के लिए
ओके,
वी विल
श्योर.
कंप्लीट दिस, फिलहाल के लिए विल कंप्लीट दिस. इसमें एक एडजस्टमेंट है प्लांट एंड
ओके.
मशीनरी का. व्हाई वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग लेजर अकाउंट्स इज बिकॉज यहाँ पे थोड़े आइटम्स आती हैं जो यू हैव टू टेक इन फंड फ्लो स्टेटमेंट. यहाँ पे माइन्यूट लिटिल एडजस्टमेंट जो रहती, उनके वैल्यूज जो रहती, यहाँ पे हमें कंसिडर करना. देखो लेकर सेल ऑफ मशीनरी यहाँ पे है, कहाँ पे तुमने सेल ऑफ मशीनरी कहाँ देखो है तुमने अमाउंट, यहाँ तुमने खाली एडजस्टमेंट में देकर है सोल्ड वैल्यू 12,000 है. लेकिन उसके लिए हमें क्या करती है, एक लेजर अकाउंट बनाती, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी अकाउंट करके. वी विल बी प्रिपेयरिंग, वन सेकेंड, व्हाट हैज हैपेंड टू दिस, my phone got hanged.
Ma'am, you rejoin, ma'am,
रीजॉइन नहीं करो,
or reshare, ma'am.
रुको इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया. अब विजिबल है,
यस मैम.
या दिस वन. ओके, तो व्हाट विल वी डू, ओके. अब देखो वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर द प्लांट एंड मशीनरी अकाउंट, प्रिपेयर करेंगे फर्स्ट हमें. अब इसका प्लांट एंड मशीनरी अकाउंट प्रिपेयर करे तो क्या होता है, हमने फर्स्ट ओपनिंग बैलेंस होना, क्लोजिंग बैलेंस होना. ठीक है, एंड वन मोर थिंग, whenever you're preparing direct asset ledgers, जैसे कि प्लांट एंड मशीनरी हो, लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग हो, डायरेक्ट यू विल टेक टुवर्ड्स द डेबिट कॉलम, यू विल बी टेकिंग ओपनिंग बैलेंस. टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 8 लाख, टू बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन 12,90,000. ठीक है, सो सी हियर प्लांट एंड मशीनरी अकाउंट, टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 8 लाख, बाय बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन देखो नीचे लेकर है 12,90,000. अब हमने ओपनिंग भी है, क्लोजिंग भी है. अब इसके ऊपर इन्हें क्या बोला है, एडजस्टमेंट क्या बोलकर है, ड्यूरिंग द ईयर अ पार्ट ऑफ द मशीनरी वाज कॉस्टिंग रुपीज 1,40,000, उसके ऊपर अक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन 4,000 अप्लाई होकर है, एंड सेल्स वैल्यू उसकी 12,000 होकर है बोल के. तो ये एडजस्टमेंट भी हमें यहाँ कंसिडर करना. तो इसमें तुम्हें क्या करना, डेप्रिसिएशन ऑन मशीनरी सोल्ड. अब मशीनरी की वैल्यू उन्हें क्या बोला, ही इज नॉट गिवन यू द मशीनरी डेप्रिसिएशन वैल्यू देकर है 4,000 देकर है, बट इसके ऊपर इन्हें कुछ ये करे ना, ऑन व्हाट हैज ही चार्ज द डेप्रिसिएशन, ही इज चार्ज ऑन द कॉस्ट ऑफ द मशीन 1,40,000. तो यू कैन नॉट टेक डायरेक्टली 4,000 एज अ डेप्रिसिएशन, यू हैव टू डू द डेप्रिसिएशन वैल्यू लाइक दिस. सी हियर इट इज डन इन द पेंसिल हियर, वैल्यू ऑफ द मशीनरी इज 1,40,000, आउट ऑफ दैट कितना डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज किया उसने, 4,000 चार्ज किया. आफ्टर डेप्रिसिएशन वैल्यू कितनी रह गई उसकी मशीनरी की, 1,36,000. अब ये 1,36,000 वाज द आउटस्टैंडिंग वैल्यू. अब इन्हें ये वैल्यू पे इन्हें सेल्स करना, बट उसकी सेल्स वैल्यू ने कितने पे सेल किया, 12,000 पे सेल किया. ओके, देन रिमेनिंग लॉस कितना हो गया, ऑफ कोर्स ही गॉट अ लॉस बिकॉज परचेज सोल्ड वैल्यू कितनी है, कैश में कितना गया, ये 1,36,000 पे जाना था, बट इन्हें सेल कितना किया, बहुत कम किया, इन्हें 12,000 को सेल कर दिया. 1,36,000 की मशीनरी, ही सोल्ड इट फॉर 12,000, so definitely he's getting a loss on the machinery, isn't it? 1,36,000 minus 12,000 is 1,24,000. तो ये 1,24,000 तुम्हें यहाँ पे कंसिडर करना. देखो, by loss on the sale is 1,24,000. ठीक है, so this is how you're going to calculate whether we are getting a profit on sale of the machinery or whether you have got the loss on sale of the machinery. So therefore we have got the loss on sale of the machinery is 1,24,000. Then उसके बाद separately you can take. So sales value कितनी थी उसकी, 12,000 थी old value, that is a current year's नया value 12,000. और इसके ऊपर depreciation, accumulated depreciation कितना है, directly they have given 4,000. Then after charging the new value 1,40,000, then deducting the depreciation value, then deducting the sales value, we got a loss on the sale of machineries 1,24,000. Okay, and this 1,40,000 we are not going to take. Why we are not going to take 1,40,000 is because we are going to take down the brought down value previous का brought down value 8 lakh थी, new value इसकी है ना 1 lakh by balance carried on 12,90,000 है. ये तो a part of machinery which was purchased during that particular yearly, a new adjustment machinery was being purchased. So that's the reason ये 1,40,000 का we have taken this 1,24,000. So this is a main answer. 1,24,000 is a main answer here. समझ में आया? तो इसके बाद हो गया. तो you should see what is now we have to tally this. We have to close this ledger account, isn't it? Now to close this ledger account, definitely we are getting a difference here. See, the total value is 14,30,000. Out of 14,30,000, we have deducted 8 lakh. What is 8 lakh here? Opening balance. 8 lakh we have deducted. Okay. So after deducting, remaining balance is 6,30,000. So 14,30,000 minus 8 lakh is to balance figure or to purchases. So a new machinery was purchased. Out of all the opening balances, closing balances, after a part of machinery was purchased, then deduction of certain depreciation and the sales value, a new machinery again they purchased worth rupees 6,30,000. So this is your new value of the machine. Okay, and each and every value, whatever you have done here, na adjustment, everything will be considered. Where it will be considered? Under this funds flow statement में consider करती. Okay, वो format follow करना. फॉर्मेट में क्या क्या लेना फॉलो करना. देखो यहाँ पे लेकर ही दो. सेल ऑफ मशीनरी लेकर ही. सेल ऑफ मशीनरी कितना है 12,000 है. सी हियर एप्लीकेशन ऑफ फंड्स में परचेजेस ऑफ प्लांट. व्हाट इज द परचेज ऑफ प्लांट न्यू वैल्यू 6,30,000. ये 6,30,000 यहाँ से पिक करके यहाँ पे लिखना है. So that's the reason we do the ledger account. This is the main reason why we take the ledger account, just to make sure that whatever the items are available under this sources of funds and application, वहां पे डालना है. वहां पे लिखने के लिए we will do the ledger accounts. Okay, so now we are done with the plant and machinery account. We do also have one more adjustment here. See here, provisions for depreciation on plant and machinery. Third point. अब इसके लिए क्या करना? You have to prepare a separate ledger account only for the provision here. ठीक है? So that's the reason they have taken here. See, provision for depreciation on plant and machinery account. तो इसके लिए भी what they have done? They have given you the opening balances as well as the closing balances. But यहाँ पे one more thing you should be careful. Whenever you're making any provision, it can be a depreciation on machinery, plant and existing machinery or land and building or anything. हमेशा क्या करना है इसमें एक चीज चेंज होती है. जो ओपनिंग बैलेंसेस होती है वो क्लोजिंग के साइड आ जाती है. जो क्लोजिंग बैलेंसेस होती है वो ओपनिंग के साइड आ जाती है. ओके, लाइक हाउ वी डिड इन द फर्स्ट ईयर एफए फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग में. We used to prepare this debtors account, total debtors account, bills receivables account, bills payable account. ठीक है, debtors में you will take as usual opening balances, closing balances. When you're taking this thing bills receivable account, उसमें opening becomes the closing, closing becomes the opening entry. वैसे हो जाता है ना. तो same thing even in provision also क्या होता है? That's what I told you. When you're preparing direct ledger account like plant and machinery, opening balance directly you will take towards the debit column. Closing balance you will take it towards the credit column. But whereas when you're preparing the provision, your opening balance will go to credit column here, closings here, by balance brought down 60,000. तो यहाँ पे कितना है बैलेंस इसका? प्रोविजन ऑन प्लांट एंड मशीनरी 60,000 है एंड 70,000 है. ठीक है, सो हियर यू हैव 60,000. देन नेक्स्ट यू हैव टू बैलेंस कैरी डाउन 70,000 यू हैव. ठीक है, तो उसके बाद अब प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग ना. So how much have you charged on the opening balance hai, closing balance hai? What is the depreciation you have charged here? We have charged 4,000 as depreciation, isn't it? So now this will become vice versa here. It will be debited. To plant and machinery, depreciation is 4,000. Okay. So now we have to close this account. Only depreciation value we are going to consider under this. We are not going to take any sale or any new value of machine purchases, nothing. It is provision for depreciation. Okay. So under provision for depreciation, you will have only opening balance, closing balance, and that too vice versa lena hai. Then depreciation amount. After depreciation, what is the outstanding profit and loss account of the plant and machinery here? 4,000 plus 70,000 is 74,000. 74,000 minus 60,000. That is opening balance. Then the remaining balance here by plant and by profit and loss account. that is charge depreciation. Again, that is 14,000. Now, where are you going to treat this? By profit and loss account. See here. You are going to treat here. Adjusted profit and loss account बनाए हैं. See here, this one. Here you are going to treat. See, they have taken. To depreciation in plant and machinery is 14,000. Okay, and what else they have taken? Where is that? Yeah, this 14,000 will be considered there. Okay, so this adjustment 14,000 provision. Either you can write it here also. Provision on plant and machinery भी लिख सकती हैं. या फिर you can write it as to depreciation in the plant and machinery is 14,000. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके तो ये हो गया प्लांट एंड मशीनरी अकाउंट हो गया प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन अकाउंट भी हो गया ठीक है देन नेक्स्ट वी हैव व्हाट इज एडजस्टमेंट हैव गिवन अस लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग देकर है लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग एट कॉस्ट है डायरेक्ट है 6 लाख है 8 लाख है बट यहाँ पे लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग का कुछ भी उन्हें हमने डेप्रिसिएशन भी नहीं देकर है सेल्स वैल्यू कुछ भी नहीं देकर है बट हमें इसके ऊपर डेप्रिसिएशन अमाउंट कैलकुलेट करना पैसा कैलकुलेट करना देखो यहाँ पे आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड इन द पेंसिल हियर land and building amount land and building account to balance brought down it is 6 lakh ठीक है to balance carried down it is 8 lakh अब इसका जो differences रहता है okay that differences will be called as this thing here purchases of a building see here to purchases because debit column में क्या options आते हैं balance brought down purchases outstanding wages the debit side you get it as purchases if you are in case अगर तुम्हारा बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 8 लाख आ गया यहाँ पे कैरी डाउन 6 लाख आ गया एंड इफ यू गेटिंग अ डिफरेंसेस हियर टुवर्ड्स अ क्रेडिट कॉलम दिस विल बिकम बाय सेल ऑफ लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग if you're getting a differences towards a credit column that particular that is the difference will become a sales value now you're getting a positive answer here okay that means positive in the sense like the value of closing is 8 lakh of course it is more opening was 6 lakh so what is the difference here so definitely it becomes a purchases 2 lakh value they have got here. So they have termed that as purchases. So this purchases of building will be given here. 2 lakh. Here they have taken 2 lakh. 8 lakh minus 6 lakh. Okay. So this way a land and building ledger is also prepared. Now coming to the next thing is funds flow statement. Now what exactly you do in funds flow statement? You have to go back to the format. What exactly they have asked under the funds flow statement here? क्या क्या पूछ कर है देखो यहाँ पे कहाँ है वो हाँ देखो these are the main items sources of fund and application of funds अब ये sources of funds में क्या है from where you have received the money ठीक है from where you have received it is like coming money from you from where and all you have received the money see issue of share capital after issuing the share capital you have received okay certain things which are sources means I think it can be your money okay your money which is going out not receiving actually sources of funds यानी के how well you have spent your capital where and all you have invested your capital okay so see here issue of share capital issue of debentures loans from the institutions that you have received sale of non-current assets and investment this is also very important heading here sale of non-current asset and investment what are your current assets your current assets are stock bills receivable debtors समझ में आया your non-current assets are land and building plant and machinery furnitures fixtures those are your non-current assets and investment is also a part of your current non-current asset okay so this we should be very careful when we are recording and this is like only sale of non-current assets okay then comes funds from operation अगर ये कर है अगर तुम ना पूछ करे which one which I taught you in the first 6 marker का okay what 6 marker का जो हमने आंसर मिलता है नहीं यहाँ पे देखो which we did ये जो आंसर मिलता है ये देखो ये वाला जो हमें करे थे that's what I showed you ना at the end see this one ये जो मिला हमने आंसर funds from operation ये भी पूछता है कभी कभी they'll ask you 4 formats for 14 markers start the solution with funds from operation changes in the working capital then third preparation of funds from operation funds flow statement funds flow statement is different funds from operation is different then at the last prepare the adjusted profit and loss account okay so this is how you're supposed to prepare so what was I talking about okay let's go back to this one okay so now what are you going to take here sources of funds अब sources of funds में क्या है issue of share capital they have taken 2 amounts here Why they have taken two amounts is because 2 years ka information dekar hai. What is the share capital? 12 lakh in the previous year. Current year they have given 16 lakh. So 12 lakh minus 6 lakh is 4 lakh. So differences lena. So direct nahi lena. Current year ka amount nahi lena. Differences you should take. Okay. Same way, issue of debentures. है ना? We have that in the format. Issue of debentures. 6 lakh minus 4 lakh is how much? 2 lakh. So take down the 2 lakh amount. Then funds from operation. Now funds from operation, I think this 4,98,000. I think they have not done that. Okay. Funds from operation, we have got it from here. Adjusted profit and loss account. ओके तो फंड्स फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन फिर अब ये फॉर्मेट प्रिपेयर करना तुम्हें एडजस्टेड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट इसमें जो भी है यू हैव टू राइट डाउन द अमाउंट दे हैव टेकन इन द ये वाला क्या करें नो इसमें प्रिपेयर करें वर्टिकल वे में प्रिपेयर करें हॉरिजॉन्टल वे में प्रिपेयर करना था हमें फंड्स फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन ओके सो दैट प्रॉफिट आता पहले उसके बाद add all your expenses and deduct all your incomes okay so anyway they have taken like this balance brought down. See, a balance brought down and carried down. What is this 5 lakh and 2 lakh 50? It is a profit here. See here. Where is the profit? Profit and loss account. देखो यहाँ पे है देखो third point. Profit and loss account 2 lakh 50 and 5 lakh they have given. This differences they have taken. ठीक है? Funds from operation very important here. You will be doing this at the end. Funds flow statement जो है last में prepare करना है. इसके लिए तुमने funds from operation amount होना ही है. Okay. So 4,98,000 you've got. So they have added all the dividend paid, depreciation मिला जो हमें calculate किए. Now land and building depreciation also see here. Depreciation on land and building 40 minus 48. That is provision on this thing ma. Not provision. One second. Buildings na. So land and building right. Yes see here. Yeah this one. Provision. Depreciation on land and building 40 minus 48,000 they have taken. Okay. This one also provision on depreciation on provision or depreciation on building is 40 minus 48. That is 8,000. Then preliminary expenses also taken to 2,000. Then loss on sale of machine. From where you got this 1,24,000. From here we got 1,24,000. So this also we are going to take 1,24,000 lena hai. Okay. Then balances ले सकते थे 5 lakh. If they would have done it in the horizontal way, it would be 5 lakh minus 2,50,000. Okay. Now that they have taken in a form of a vertical way, so they have individually selected. Anyway, they have taken the differences here. 2 years ka consider karke nahi. Okay. So this differences is basically called as funds from operation. Ye funds from operation hamesha you should consider here. When you're preparing funds flow statement, it is mandatory that you have to put that amount here. Funds from operation. Okay. So funds from operation is 4,98,000. Then sale of machine. How much is the sale of machine? We did the sale. That is 12,000. इतना ही है इसमें only 4 items they have so add this and take it as total A 11,10,000 लेना है ठीक है then next heading is application of funds अब application of funds में write down what all comes under application see let me go back to the format here you have to refer the format here applications में क्या क्या आता है see here redemption of preference shares redemption of debentures repayment on loans purchase of non current asset जैसा तुम्हें sale on non current लिए यहाँ पे क्या होता है एप्लीकेशन में यू विल बी परचेजिंग परचेजेस ऑफ नॉन करेंट एसेट्स देन लॉस फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस एनी लॉसेस यहाँ पे क्या होता है sometimes you'll get a loss also see now where how we have got funds from operation here same way इसका negative answer भी आ सकता है when you get a negative answer here you'll be considering the loss that is losses from operation how see here you did this ना अभी देखो you did this profit and loss account है ना ये adjusted अब in case अब तुम्हें यहाँ पे नहीं मिल रहा आंसर क्रेडिट डेबिट साइड मिल जाता है सो दिस साइड व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग इट बिकम्स टू लॉस फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस जब तुम्हारा लॉस फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस आ रहा है तभी यू हैव टू मेंशन हियर ओके दिस इज वन आइटम हियर व्हिच इज वन आइटम हियर funds from operation and losses from operations when you get a profit put it in the sources when you get a loss put it in the applications then last is payment of dividend see dividend is very important here again payment of dividend taxes and etc then iske baad A this becomes total sources and this become total applications okay so this differences you'll be considering as increases or decreases in the working capital okay so now let's go back to that question so here we have over here see After taking all the adjustments, purchase of plant. Oh, okay, we got a new plant, isn't it? 6 lakh 30. So purchase of plant is 6 lakh 30. Then purchase of building. I told you the differences. Opening balance was 8 lakh, closing balance was 6 lakh. 8 lakh minus 6 lakh is 2 lakh. Then dividend paid. Where do you find this dividend is very important. Always they give you in the adjustment. ये dividend जो रहता है ना, हमेशा they give you interim dividend करके देते हैं कभी कभी. Dividend on taxes they will give you. Or dividend on interest they will give you. Or directly they will give you dividend or interim dividend also they will give you. So that time this 1 lakh should be always taken here. ये डिविडेंड हमेशा लेना ही है, ठीक है. नाउ यू टेक द टोटल ये. आर यू ऑल देयर? आर यू ऑल लिसनिंग? ओके.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so total A is 11,10,000, total B is 9,30,000. अब यहाँ पे देखो whether which side is more for you. See here, you are getting sources as increases, decreases is 9,30,000. So ये जो sources रहता है, this should always have a increasing. You should always get a positive answer. You should not get a negative answer. So consider like that. So whenever you're taking the differences, make sure you're getting a positive answer. When you're getting a positive answer, it will be called as increases in the working capital. That is A minus B. That is 11 lakh 10,000 minus 9 lakh 30 is 1 lakh 80,000. You're getting the difference. समझ में आ रहा है? देखो अब ये जो 1 lakh 80,000 है, it should tally with your changes in the working capital. जो भी balance यहाँ पे मिला है ना तुम्हें 1 lakh 80, this should at the end it will directly tally this one 1 lakh 80. अगर ये दोनों भी tally हो गए, that means your sum is correct and you'll get complete 14 marks. This is also a criteria to find out whether your answer is correct or not. Okay, and every time you get this. Now 1 lakh 80 you got it in the changes in the working capital. देखो यहाँ का भी working capital कितना मिला तुमने? Increases in the working capital मिला है ना? See here, increases in the working capital is 1,80,000, and after calculating everything, after calculating all the ledgers and adjustments, everything, see therefore increases in the working capital also you are getting the balance as 1,80,000. So this is called as funds from operations. Problem. Clear with you people? Clear? Understood? Akmal, Hajira. ये हम्म हम्म yes yes correct. And one more thing, whenever you're doing, always see now you have got increases in the working capital 1 lakh 80. Okay, जब तुम्हें funds flow statement करती तभी भी तुम्हारा आंसर increases in working capital ही जाना और same amount आना 1,80,000 ही जाना, ठीक है. तो उस तरीके से you have to do the solution. It's in all the sums. See next problem also. देखो यहाँ पे कितना मिला तुमने? 1,10,000 मिला तुमने. क्या मिला? Increases in the working capital. अब इसमें funds from operation कितना है देखो यहाँ. तो funds flow statement 1 lakh दिख रहा नहीं है. 1,30,000 नीचे. 1,10,000 की 1,30,000 है. 1,10,000 नहीं. देखो 1,10,000 only is your answer. ये थोड़ा blur है ये. 9,50,000 minus 8,40,000 is 1,10,000. ये भी एक करेक्ट होता है. देखो यहाँ पे देखो तुम्हारा इंक्रीजेस कितना है? 78,000 मिला नहीं तुम्हारा आंसर यहाँ पे. देखो इसका फंड्स फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन दो 78,000 मिलके दो आंसर. देखो increases in the working capital 78,000. So every solution will tally here. इस तरीके से you have to do the problems. It's very simple. Kindly practice करो ये. Whatever I have taught you, please go through the adjustments, go through the format. Please understand the differences between changes in the working capital, funds flow statements, funds from operation, adjusted profit and loss account. Okay, all the formats go through. It's a very easy chapter also. If you understand, it is a very easy chapter. You can aram se score 14 marks. Okay, there is no difficulty in it. So kindly practice. Okay, 6 marker ka bhi practice karo, funds from operation, and which I taught you people this one. 4.1 करें ना अभी हमें. Yeah, 4.1. Try to do 4.2. Take it as an assignment. Statement ये तो सिखा दी ना मैं तुम ना. Changes in working capital. Same adjustments में ही करो, try करो. Okay, देखो यहाँ पे उन्होंने करीम भी क्या है बोलते हैं. Adjustments भी कर करी. ये तो blur है. I will resend you the thing. The entire chapter I will resend. Okay, I will just send it to you now after some time. Then you can just practice this. ठीक है. As of now, you just practice this. 4.1 you practice. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll wind up the class. I think it's going to be 10.